Morning and welcome to this week's Coffee and Conversation. I am your host, Coach Dennis from manoflegacy.org. And I want to ask a favor if you would, before we get going, if you'd hit the subscribe button down below if you like what you're seeing. And that way you'll be notified when new stuff comes out. But I also want to explain why I'm asking that. Yeah, I want to grow the channel. I'm not going to deny that. But the more people that subscribe and watch these videos, sooner or later, the higher it will come up in the searches when somebody's searching for things on Google. And there's going to be a man who's hurting, who's been told by his wife he wants a divorce, and feels completely lost, and that he's going to lose everything. And I know that because I've been there. And there was no avenue like this back then when I was there. And by having a bigger presence with this channel, maybe the guy finds these videos, realizes that all is not lost, and will know there are people he could reach out to talk to and who can help him. And so if I can give him hope, it's the greatest gift I can give anyone. So that's why I'm asking you, please hit subscribe. So for today, I want to talk about COVID-19. And I want to ask you, what has been the blessing from this for you? You heard me right. Everyone focuses on the negative. Oh my God. Woe is me. It's easy to talk about the negative, but I'm here to tell you, I talk to a lot of guys who are talking about and discussing with me the positive, plain and simple. So I'm going to challenge you to come up with two positives that have come out of this shelter in place, COVID-19, and all the changes. You cannot use, I appreciate my family and kids more. That's just too easy. We're not giving you that softball. I'd love for you to put it down below in the comments. If you don't want to do that, you could email them to me. And what I want is to make sure you're not an Eeyore. I don't know if you remember Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. Woe is me, looks like rain. And the dark cloud followed him because he had nothing but negative thoughts, and the dark cloud followed him, and he kind of was a self-fulfilling prophecy. Don't be an Eeyore. And I will tell you, you do create your own problems. Before I became self-employed, I was laid off. There was a group of us in the back office because our division was sold. 6 of us or so. News came down, and it was funny. We had an Eeyore that worked with us. His name was Dave. And I believed, wow, this is going to end up great for a lot of people because I've seen businesses close. I've seen this thing happen before, and I knew something to be true. I knew that 60% or more of us would end up with better jobs. I knew that 30 to 35% of us would end up with equivalent jobs, no harm, no foul. And I also knew to be true that the Eeyores of the world, the Daves, would struggle. And not surprisingly, almost everyone found better jobs, made changes they would have loved to have made but were too secure and didn't. And Dave was the last one to find employment because he was an Eeyore. So I'm going to challenge you to see the positive in all of this. Don't be an Eeyore. I went back to my old coffee mug. Who do you want to be, Eeyore or Tigger? Because Tigger's a wonderful thing. T-I-double. Think about it. Tigger's the most optimistic son of a bitch you've ever met. He can be a little annoying, I'll give you that, but he's still fun. You want to be hanging out with Tiggers, not Eeyores. And like a lot of people, you will eventually distance yourself from Eeyores. So that's why I want to make sure you're not Eeyore. All right? You got this, guys. Have a great week.